All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. I'm coming to you this morning because I wanted to speak with you about something that we hardly ever even think about because it's just not something that we're consciously aware of each and every day. And much less if we don't hear it, it's not in our thought pattern in our mind. I want to talk to you about EMPs. EMPs is an Electro Magnetic Pulse. And it's a pulse that happens after a nuclear blast has been detonated up on the surface, or whether it be in the air with no blast whatsoever at all. You see, today we depend so much on electronics in our lives that too often as individuals, we actually never even think about what we're going to do. It never even comes to our mind how we function as a family or an individual if the grid actually went down. I mean, if the grid went down, I mean, think about this. First of all, number one, we're looking at some catastrophic events here. Number one, planes would actually fall out of the sky. You can picture that probably within the next 2 or 3 minutes. It'll take 2 or 3 minutes for them to literally fall out of the sky because the boards and electronic systems will be fried. We don't have any recourse whatsoever at all against them. Satellites and everything else that's up in the air would actually come down and be literal missiles to destroy not only Earth, but the people on the Earth. The things that we take advantage of or we take for granted of every single day, our vehicles and stuff, they will stop because the circuit boards on the cars will be literally fried. Cell phones, you won't have any way to be able to contact your loved ones or get in touch with your family. Entertainment purposes, iPods would be useless. Video cameras, your watches, if they have a circuit board in it and stuff and they're not what you call kinetic or anything like that, they would actually fail. Any type of transportation would literally go down. Now you have to understand, I'm here this morning to talk to you just for a moment because I want to stimulate your minds. You see, if I don't get on here and I start speaking about things that's going to stimulate your minds, the truth is you can't think about the things that you need to be concerned about when you have no concern in the first place. Somebody has to be able to bring these issues to your conscious and make you aware of them, because we here in America, we have so many distractions in our lives, and these distractions takes us many different places because we're a society that we're entertained. We're not aware of our surroundings, nor we're aware of our environments. But you know, I need to come in here to tell you these things because of respect and honoring the truth, and I need to get this truth to you because we have developed a bizarre behavior in this particular country. The resources that we have available to us, if there was an EMP attack upon us, whether it's by foreign or domestic, it's irrelevant. What we need to do is prepare our hearts and prepare our minds as individuals, as communities, as families, for any type of attack, whether it be a cyber attack, an EMP attack, foreign, domestic, it makes no difference. We need to make sure that our person is secure. So we're going to be forced back to basics. I mean, I cannot begin to explain to you how chaotic all these conditions are actually going to be. You know, if you have an EMP attack, or let's say a nuclear attack or explosion, because we have the technology today that happens way up in the air, in the atmosphere and stuff. You're talking about taking down almost the whole entire grid of the United States of America. And I'm talking about subways coming to a complete stop. Airlines, trains, all electricity, boom, just immediately goes out and stuff. Do you know what kind of environment that's going to produce? Do you know what type of environment that's quickly going to take place? And do you know what's going to take place inside the human heart and the human spirit of those who have not prepared because they don't know the difference between reacting and responding? Well, you're looking at totally nothing but chaos. That's why Pastor Dow advocates, and let me get this back for a second. You know, no matter where Sister Carol and I travel at and stuff, you know, we always carry a bag with us. We carry a bag with us because, you know, in case of an EMP attack, we have it in our vehicle. You never know where we're going to be at and how long it's going to take, because we need to have a contingency plan in order to be able to get back home. That's why I believe that all that you can, that you need to keep yourself in top physical condition so you can be able to move, because you want to avoid any type of threats necessary. And the biggest threat that there is in a EMP attack would be human beings in itself. Now you have to understand, while most people don't advocate firearms and stuff, Pastor Dowling believes in them extremely. One being because, you see, when you have a firearm and stuff, this one firearm right here can control a mob of people. And you want to make sure that you have plenty of ammunition with you in order to protect you and your person. You need to have a plan no matter where you go. And, you know, and that's the reason why I'm kind of very leery going out to different places, because I understand the environment that we're in. If I'm 400, 500, 600 miles away from home, it would, in order to try to get back to the place, you know, it's going to take an extreme amount of time if I can get back at all, because I have to avoid all roads, I have to avoid all cities, I have to avoid contact with human beings, because who can you trust when the whole world is just literally gone chaotic and stuff? You know, the looters are going to be out in an amazing amount of platoons. I mean, it's just going to be unreal. My question to you is are you ready? Are you ready? Because one of the first principles of war is to shut down communications. And once you get communication shut down, that means now you've got the perfect environment to where you can control or the people, or at least dictate the war. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, if you're in churches, if you're in local assemblies and stuff, and they're not talking about these things and stuff, I mean, you really truly got to start taking assessment, a real true assessment, and looking at the entire environment that you're in. Because if you're not educating yourself for these possibilities, if you're not educating yourselves what to do in case there's a natural disaster. You don't want to be caught like the people were caught in Katrina. You don't want to be caught like in some of these big cities when an EMP attack takes place and you have just total, utter chaos and stuff. We're talking about anarchy. We're talking about lawlessness. We're going to see how uncivilized civilized society really, truly is. It's going to be looting, robbing, murder, raping, killing. I mean, you're just talking just total off the chain things. So if you're ever going to make plans to make any trips, I don't care where you go, the one thing you do need to work on, and I may talk about it here in the upcoming videos, but you definitely want to have a bag with you, a get-home bag, especially if you're not just traveling far. If you're only going to work and you need to get back home for that day, you need to have a get-home bag. Your family at home needs to have a protection plan. They need to have a contingency plan in order to be able to take care of themselves. And if you need to actually get away from home and you have to actually bug out to somewhere else, you need an escape and evasion plan. There's so many things, I mean, that I can speak to you about that I cannot cover simply in this video. But, you know, you really, truly need to start thinking about these things, because the way that the things are going in this world right now, we really, truly need to start thinking how we can better preserve ourselves as well as those that are around us. And I would say more than anything, try to get some mutual assistance groups together, people who you can trust in, people who have the same mindset. See, people who have the same mindset and they think just alike, they can prepare themselves and as well as yourself, and then at least you would have what you'll call a support-based system that you could depend upon, and you don't have to worry about if they're going to betray you or turn on you or whatever, because they have morals, they have values, they're familiar with you and you're familiar with them. But the question is are you prepared? And because the first thing you need to prepare is this right here. And I hope that you're getting yourself prepared. And if not, I hope that this video is one of the first moves that there is in your life to start actually preparing yourselves, because this upcoming year in 2012, I'm going to spend an extraordinary amount of time educating and training all the saints here at Straightway, as well as those who come for different feast meetings, to how to prepare themselves. I want to teach them a whole host of things of what we need to do as a people in order to preserve and to protect ourselves in case total anarchy hits in this country. I mean, you can see that it's escalating right now just by the simple facts of all the protests that are going on worldwide, I hope that you prepare yourselves and get yourselves ready. And I hope that you would actually just at least pass this video around to others so it will at least give them an idea of how serious the times that we're in and how brave that the times are in. Don't get sidetracked by this Christmas shopping and all this other stuff. Start really truly thinking about it and start calculating your moves because the world that we live in now, and this environment that we live in now, is totally different than the world I grew up in. And that's just the truth. Step up your training. Step it up. Because you're not going to be able to depend on any of these electronic devices and stuff, especially the cell phone. Communications, we spend a lot of money for it. But you need to start spending a whole lot of more money and time in developing this right here. This is the greatest asset that you have, your mind. Learn how to think other than the way you have been conditioned. And that's the truth, and that's the truth straightway.